I'm getting the cottonseed for another feeding of their daily cottonseed rations. My initial calculation was that a bucket of cottonseed weighs like 23, 24 pounds, and I actually got the bathroom scale out and weighed the bucket empty to see how much does a bucket by itself weigh, and then I weighed the bucket full of cottonseed, and a bucket of cottonseed weighs about 15.5 pounds, and that's with us really pressing it down. So definitely wasn't feeding enough. So redid my calculation on the ration for about 20 good sized cows that are eating it, and 6 buckets is a good round number. So it's kind of muddy out where we're at, where we're feeding it, and the tractor is a better option than loading these up in the truck. Big guy. Big guy. I don't have it yet, girl. Get you? Hey, pretty girl.
Daisy. Get it, girl.
I wandered way back in the mountain. I was searching for fortune, pain. Found a spot where the water flowed. Call it the medicine spring. Call it the medicine spring. I dreamed I saw a fair lady, yellow hair, big eyes so blue.
This is a worksheet where I was calculating the price per pound of feed. Back in August of 2018, I purchased round bale hay. It was 5 by 5 foot 5 in size. I paid $50 per bale, and I would estimate those bales to weigh about 1,000 pounds. They probably weigh a little bit more, but either way, it equals to about 5 cents per pound of just raw feed. Since the summer, the price of round bale hay has gone up pretty dramatically. People are selling the 4 by 5 round bales for $80. And actually, I've seen it going for quite a bit more than that. I'd estimate the 4 by 5 round bales to be about 850 pounds, and that's equals to around 9.41 cents per pound of feed. In the previous video, I mentioned the cottonseed. I bought 2,000 pounds at $200 per ton. So that was 10 cents per pound of feed. Range cubes are selling at my local farm supply store for $8.19 per pound per 50-pound bag, and that's 16.38 cents per pound. Cracked corn is also selling at the farm supply store for $7.19 per 40-pound bag, and that averages to 17.98 cents per pound of feed. And I haven't purchased this, but just to kind of compare things, I looked up the calf starter on the Tractor Supply website, and they're selling their 50-pound bags for $14.69, and that equals to around 30 cents per pound of feed. So cottonseed kind of being in the middle here when compared with round bale hay, but as you can see, compared with range cubes, cracked corn, and calf starter, it's pretty economical. So this is another worksheet that I was working on calculating the amount of feed that I was going to ration out to my cows of the cottonseed. So I started out with anticipating 15 animals were going to be on the feed, and estimated the average weight of each animal to be about 900 pounds. And then I was going to start with a half a percentage of their body weight in the cottonseed. Um, and so with that, that works out to the daily pounds of feed that I was going to have to feed of the cottonseed was about 67 pounds. And then I estimated the weight of the bucket. I actually looked this up on the internet to be about 23 pounds for a 5 gallon bucket of cottonseed. So that was 2.93 buckets that I was going to need to feed. So I just rounded it up to 3 buckets. And then you saw in the previous video, my wife and I were carrying a third trough up to the feeding area so that I could feed 1 bucket per trough. And with that equation, I bought 2,360 pounds of cottonseed, and that was going to last for about 35 days with that ration. However, once I started feeding the cottonseed, some of these smaller animals showed quite a bit of interest. Uh, I actually have 24 animals in my herd right now, and 4 of them kind of hang back. And they're mostly yearlings or just a little bit over yearlings. So I'm going to drop their average weight down to, let's say, 800 pounds. I'm going to increase the percentage of cottonseed that I'm feeding from 0.5 to 0.6. They've had a little bit of time for their digestive systems to adjust, so I think it's okay to increase their feed ration a little bit there. Still not exceeding the 0.75% that is recommended as a maximum. Cottonseed does have a lot of oils in it that can give them diarrhea, so that at that point it would start to become a detriment to the animals. So keeping it below 0.75 should be good. So that would be 96 pounds of cottonseed that I would need to feed a day. And then I actually got the scale out because I wanted to be more precise on my calculation here. And a bucket of cottonseed is weighing about 15.5 pounds. So that is 6.19 buckets that I would need to feed per day. I'm going to round that down to just make it 6 buckets. So that will be 2 buckets per feed trough that we have. So that's a nice round number. We can do 6 buckets a day. And the 2,360 pounds of cottonseed that I bought will last us 25 days.